Good evening to everybody. Thank you very much for being here. Well, one more difficult game, despite it looks like it was not. But we made it more easy than if we would not have the right attitude. I think what indeed marked the game is the way we started strong the game, with a very strong intention to score. That's basically what I asked the boys. That's a little bit what I put it as a provocation to the boys. If they were ready for the challenge of making a very strong first half. We needed to get that emotional advantage also from scoring and putting the result in a positive way for us, so that we didn't need to leave for the last part of the match or second half to look for the result. So we knew how important it was to win today, so that we can continue keeping our way until the end. We know that we have still 5 very difficult matches to be played, and so the boys are. From what I saw in the pitch, I have to congratulate them, because the attitude was very strong. And even despite a lot of changes, because when we scored the third one, it was clear that from my part, I also tried to manage the players that I felt that were more important to manage, in order to spare and a little bit, and to manage what they bring from the past. Good answer for the ones from the ones that entered, and I have to confess today I wanted to put everybody to play, because the boys were so excited about the level and the game they were doing, that indeed I just wanted to get that chance, give that chance to everybody. So congratulations most of all for the players for the game they did.
Thank you, Coach. We'll start from here, going to the left, and come back to Kansas.
Coach, I think, in my opinion, seeing players like Ribeiro and Kekana starting today was a bit surprising, not to see them getting a little bit of rest. But was that just you showing more respect to this game this evening against Richards?
Totally correct. I think that a team that wants to win the championship must play with respect for every opponent. And even with 2-0, I didn't. 3-0, okay. I start to understand that we can manage the game, despite obviously we have quality players in the bench. So it's not because we take out one and we put another one that the level should decrease. By the contrary, I think that the opportunity we give to players that don't play so much, like for example Pizzu, gave him the opportunity to show himself. He's a quality player, like the ones that entered after. And but it's respect for the opponent, respect for the competition, respect for us. There's still a lot to go, and we can only continue by winning our matches. That's what we have to do. So I'm very happy that we won today, and we keep now prepare ourselves for the next one.
Coach, when you come and now you start playing back in the Premiership and playing in the league, does it feel like perhaps the level of competition is a bit lower and your team has got more like dominance in the games as compared to when playing in the CAF Champions League?
It's normal, and the last image you get obviously marks your opinion, because the last image was from the matches we played against Esperance, and then again Ahli. Well, we are speaking about the best teams in Africa, and even in our group, it was a tough group, as you know, playing Asfa, playing Raja, playing. So we had a very tough way on the Champions League. So it's obvious that there's a big high level there, but the league is strong here. The league is strong. That if we don't play in the level that we need to play to mark obviously our capacity, then we can suffer problems. And obviously that when we play home, we become stronger with the help from our people, with the support we receive. We feel comfortable, but the level of the league is not low. The level is very interesting. The teams try to play, but obviously that when we play in our level, we can make difference. And when we continue during the game to keep the pace, keep the intentionality, the offensive intentionality, then we become strong, and that's what happened today. Let's hope we can continue, and we go. I look forward already for the next one, so that we continue making our points in order to put pressure in our opponent, of course.
Then we'll be the last one, because the drum is here.
Coach, I'm sure you're aware now that the Pirates lost.
What?
Pirates lost against Mukune.
Really?
I know you wouldn't really want to talk much.
No, I didn't know.
No, they did. They lost.
Oh, bravo.
I mean, it's none of your business what happens there, but in the bigger scheme of things, them losing and you winning here sort of advantage?
Oh, I'm really surprised, as you understand from my voice, because I didn't know. Obviously, that we depend on ourselves. There's still five games to play, and things are not done. For sure, things are not done because our opponent will not give up, and we need to make points and points and points. Obviously, that if we can enlarge the advantage, gives us more comfort, but that doesn't take us nothing from the way we should do. We have still five tough matches to play, and next one is already away in Cape Town, with Cape Town City. That's a team that is fighting and has its own objectives. So we should respect ourselves, respect the opponents, respect the competition, and not sleep on what you did. When you sleep on what you did, you can have problems. So obviously that we play one more game today, 5 to go. If we got extra advantage, fantastic. But it's not something we should manage. It's not to manage. It's to keep on going. We need to win our matches. We need to win our matches. I will not give rest to my players. I will not. Today I provoked them really to make a strong start. I really provoked them. Are you capable of doing that, or you are not? Because I wanna test them, and we will continue to do that because the boys they need to push themselves. This championship is tough. There's a lot to go. Let's see how it will go, the schedule. Let's see everything that is going to happen. But we have in the next 3 weeks to play the 6 games or the 5 remaining games. So we know it will be tough, but we are motivated. We are happy. But we are aware of the responsibility we carry and the level of our opponents, and we respect them as much as possible. Respect them is do our job. Be strong, keep training, keep working hard, and until the end. And only with that attitude we can win this championship. A lot to go still.
Thanks. Evening, Coach. Coach, in any sport, teams that win big are teams that at some point have to rely on their bench. They have to rely on the supporting cast. You spoke about Pizzo playing today. You spoke about rotating when you were ahead. You obviously can't withdraw from where you haven't deposited. Are you now looking to deposit this type of minutes and these moments to players like Pizzo, players like Mali, to say when I might need to withdraw, at least I've deposited something in there?
Look, I think you understand because the time is giving me a reason. Because I said it from the very beginning that we trust all the players, but trust is when you show it. It's not when by speaking. And trust is having a Mali that 3 weeks ago he was out of the group, and he went with us. He played in Esperance. We put him when we needed to close that match. Then he was out of the Champions League. He went with us, but he didn't play, and now we put him first 11. Terry today played. Neo was on the bench. I was thinking about putting Neo to play. Then we had a struggle, a small question with Aubrey. Then we had to put Terry. So we trust the players. We just need them to trust on themselves also. So last match or the last 2 matches, Musa played first 11. Today I gave him rest intentionally for him to recover from the fatigue that he got. There are also small issues that we need to manage, because sometimes I see many commentators speaking about the options we do, and mostly on these blogs on the internet, and sometimes we laugh because they think they know everything and they don't know most of the information that we have in the hands that allow us or oblige us sometimes to make options in order to manage the context that we have. Sometimes you look, he lined up this team, why, and that, why, because sometimes there are behind reasons of management of players, not having them on the right condition to start, or understanding that if we start them maybe we'll have a problem, so we need maybe to keep him on the bench so that we can put him after. Even sometimes you don't know of small injuries that happen that make us manage players, so we are aware of all the information. But sometimes people make comments and like to speak just because of what they see, but not always what we see is exactly the options that we do. And also it's important that you understand we manage context. We try to manage the context we have. And the context has to do with what? What we have, what is our opponent, how they play, and how we think is better to face them in a 90-minute match. Because the matches sometimes start one way and finish another one. And we need to start it well to finish even better. And that's just it. And then in the middle of all this, there's a coach that tries to make good options always, but sometimes also makes mistakes because he's human and is not the best in the world for sure. But we work hard in order to make the best options. And what makes me happy is that we have a big commitment. Commitment comes from trust, comes from values that we have in the locker room, and let's try to keep that on the right pace, in the right way, so that we finish the year. That's still a lot to go in the right way, because the championship is open, 5 matches to play. There's a final of Champions League to be played that will be very tough, and then there's a World Championship, Clubs World Cup to be played also, that will be as best played as we finish the season here. So we need to stay strong in the end, until the end, so that we arrive on that moment also strong.
Can we close it here? Thank you. Thank you, colleagues. Thank you. Appreciate it.
The shortest possible.